Welcome back to ESPN 8, The Ocho, and we are back with another season of DTT, and by another season, I mean this is the first time we've done full coverage on this baby, but let me tell you, if you think The Bachelorette is dramatic, you have not seen DTT Season 6 coverage yet, baby, because this is going to be the most dramatic season you've ever seen. We got a freaking doozy today. Okay, here's the format. We're gonna have like 6 highlights. One of them is going to be a freaking storyline. It's an entire storyline. It is the most dramatic thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, okay? Stay for 5 and 6. Those are highlights 5 and 6. We're gonna do game of the week, and then we're gonna wrap it up with some standings at the end, okay? No changes in the power rankings yet. We'll do another power rankings mid-season, I think. But I am excited for today. First things first, starting out right into the content. First highlight, okay? Growlithe H closing his eyes as he head smashes. Baby, I have got to change the freaking views. Get in that replay view. Check this out. Peachy coming in with the Growlithe Hisui, taking a gunk shot, getting the poison. A little bit unfortunate, but we come through. This is a Scarf Growlithe, man. This was about to take it to the freaking victory. Head smash. Bam. Click it again. Click it again. Just kill everything. This Abra, what's this at? It's at 22%. Wide left. Can you see this guy? He was like head down charging for glory. Misses out of left field. But for the people, okay? I run statistics. I'm a stats guy. Hitting 2 head smashes, you got like a 36% chance to miss at least one of those, okay? There's no way you're hitting both, because a Scald chance is technically 30%, and Scald burns 100% of the time. So when you have this 36% chance to miss, that's more than 100%. That's like 106% chance to miss. Sorry, Peachy, you were bound to miss it. On to that next highlight, baby. Let's get back into the other Google Slides version of the layout. Highlight. It's a little bit of a low light, but Growlithe, get some glasses, dog. Match up 2. This is a regional dex matchup. The highlight here, just you see it on the dang home screen. Do you see this power creep? Okay, count them. I want you to count them yourself, okay? There are 12 mons on the screen. We got like 8 of these in Generation 9, like 9 of the... it depends what you call a Namorous, Generation 8 or 9. But like, of the 8 that are Generation 9, 4 of them came out in the freaking DLC. It's like, you've got Ursaluna Blood Moon, Ogerpon, freaking Super Saiyan Entei, and Psychic Dojo Terrakion, all on a single team. And like I said that during my draft analysis, but you look at the other team, it's not any better. It's like we got the freaking Terrapicos and the Roaring Moon and the Goldango and the, like, that's a team structure that is, you could have built previously. You could have had an Aegislash and a Hydreigon and a Togekiss, but like, it's just all Gen 9 mons, man. Get this out of my freaking face. On to the next highlight. This, one of my favorite Ubers team drafted. It's a little bit difficult to see, but you see we have Sand going into Sun. Oh, actually, let me back it up real quick. This funny team, for the outcome of the games. Growlithe Hisui misses, and then Abra ends up sweeping. That's a win for Team Liquidation. This, okay, Logice ends up pulling out a Ursaluna Blood Moon, just showing why it's broken. Calm Minding, Morning Sunning. Why does it have all these moves? Why are its stats like that? He ends up winning over Naito. Then we have the weather matchup, baby. I love this. Sand team, but it doesn't even like look like a sand team. There is a Dracozolt on it as well, but the Hippowdon plus the Arceus Rock, that's a dangerous combo. And going into the Sun team, I picked the Sand team in this. I think it's just got a delicious matchup into that. And honestly, that's how the game played out. Sand team takes a win, home for the FMP, the Flutter Mane Pirates. Next highlights. Get this on my dang face. This is another highlight for the Flutter main Pirates. This is, we got to get back into the freaking replay view, man. Because we got to go back to we got to get to the dang showdown replays for this one. We're just playing this straight from the beginning, okay? Fortress Quillfish. Quillfish doing its thing. He switches out Tyranitar. It's also Tyranitar Gaming here. We got Tyranitar versus Tyranitar in the Gen 5. But this is where it gets spicy, okay? Takes a superpower from a Tyranitar. And then Primal comes in and gets Thunderous Therian in. And it takes a minus speed Nate, or a minus speed whatever, okay? So this Quillfish is like, this is back Generation 5, baby. So you can just spam Destiny Bond. He's like, I'm taking you with me. You're going down. You're gonna kill me, but I'm taking you with me. Primal says, I ain't killing you, dog. Yo, I'm gonna get to plus like 400 attack, and then I'm gonna sweep your team. But that's risky, man. It's a push and pull. You know, you really got to get him. You got the minus speed. Like, honestly, at this point, I'm like, I'm cutting my losses. I either switch the Thunders out, or I just take the loss. But King Rock, this, honestly, the craziest part of this. Okay, so he nasty flats on that. He can waterfall again. This is the craziest thing ever. This man spikes in the face of a Thunderous Therian. Like, you have a Thunderous Therian in front of a Quillfish, and somehow the Quillfish both kills the Thunders and gets a spike up in the process. Like, what in the world just happened? How in the world did that just happen? You can't see the spikes right now because it's a bit of a visual glitch. And to Primal's credit, I also want to leave it right here because he gets a freaking Soul Read and has a Mental Herb Reuniclus. I'm like, this is... So the game ended up going on, and King Rock ended up winning after that insane like interaction. But just the Quillfish taking out a Thunderous like that while getting a spike down, you don't see it like that in other leagues, baby. This is DTT Season 6. This is new tech. This is hot play. This is super hot fire. Let's get back to the freaking Google Slides view. Next highlight. This highlight, it's another one, just a real quick picture. Shout out to Relix, picking up that 6-0 against Wombo, Team Captain Wombo. So this is Lavender Town Gengar Relix getting a 6-0 against the Emo Flamigo Wombo. I said, okay, I'm rolling up the dang sleeves because I said it's going to get spicy. It's going to get dramatic. There's going to be a storyline. If you're here for the drama, you're not here for the Pokemon. You're here for the drama. This is where it starts, okay? So this was actually the second or third game in the series, okay? But let's say it's the second. So Wombo gets the 6-0. So right now, LTG is up 1-0. But that's not the whole story, okay? Here's where it starts. I post the wrong matchup into the matchup spread. So Emo Flamigo Hopeless prepares for the wrong game. And that is entirely my fault. I'm not even playing in the league and I'm causing the drama, man. I'm just a freaking admin. Okay, this gets so insane. So Hopeless, who is a great player, is up against honestly the worst drafted team in the entire league, I think. The LTG Ubers team, and it's got a Spectrier on it, and Hopeless ends up bringing a team with no Spectrier counter because I posted the wrong matchup. So it's entirely my fault. So he gets screwed. He almost wins the game. He only gets 1-0'd and he only loses because of the Spectrier matchup, honestly. Okay. The proletariat, all of the freaking people in the league, have an uprising against the admins, particularly me, and they literally kill me, and I'm dead, and I fade off. I fade from the existence of the planet, and I'm no longer here, okay? I am dead. I don't exist. There's harmony in the league, but then Emo Flamigo coach Cam decides I'm not okay with the freaking harmony. So he uses this harmony as a chance to stage a coup against LTG to avenge his falling teammates, Wombo and Hopeless. So Wombo was crushed and Hopeless was backstabbed by me. Cam says, I'm not okay with this. I'm gonna go take some blood. So Cam gets a surprise victory against LTG. And then the rest of Emo's team is like, oh my gosh, our captain's gone. We gotta start Uprising too. So I fade back into existence. I become undead from the Uprising. And then Zachary comes out of nowhere. But Zachary's opponent, Pez, was ready because he already knew that Cam came for the Uprising. So he had heard about it, so he prepared. Zach comes out of nowhere and he's got his back against the freaking wall and then has this sick Ashgren cleanup at the end of his game. So then he wins. So then it's down to a freaking game 5 situation. Okay, you can't make this stuff up, man. I literally faded out of existence and then came back alive. It was crazy. Can't make this crap up. And then filled with morale and determination, Sylvestron comes and crushes LTG Don to win the freaking week. So I screw over Emo and they still freaking stage a coup and they cause a communist party revolution. And then they're like, just kidding. We don't like the commies because they're freaking commies. So we go back to capitalism and Emo comes out on top. And it's the most beautiful situation I've ever seen in my entire life. How you literally couldn't make this stuff up. That is the freaking drama this week. And I love it. I'm here for every week of it. I am so excited for week 2, baby. But don't leave just yet because we still got game of the week, Daddy versus Zenk. Okay, so this is two very, very strong players. Gotta switch views again. Two very strong players, a little bit more context. Daddy, Mac DeMurcrow, is on the team that I chose as the top of the power rankings. I predict them to go undefeated or maybe one loss, and I predict them to win the league. Zank, over here, over that way, Zanku is on the Pony Island Pelipers. And I picked them as my number 2 in the power rankings, and they got to go up against each other in the first week. And right now, Team Liquidation, Daddy's team, is up 2-1. So Zank's got his freaking back up against the wall, and if he doesn't want, if he wants to keep his team in the week, then he's got to get the money going. He's got to go crazy. He's got to go sicko mode. And this is the game that came out of it. I think it's really beautiful. Also, something to point out, it's a very mirror matchy team. So you see they both got the Lando T. They both have the Weavile. We're basically trading the Kartana for the Ferrothorn. I think this team actually may have a Rotom. I forget. So there's some other weird thing. The Gen 1 or the Fire Starter. It's funny. It's very it's a very mirror matchy looking team, but they're actually very different playing teams because this is a Zank has a Megazard X, and that is a Mega Gardevoir, and this is Sun Moon, just for context if you haven't figured it out yet from the looks of the teams. Okay. Now back on it. So missing a Fire Blast, that's pretty big on turn 1. Getting the Calm Mind up and then shooting off the Fire Blasts now with the burn. A little bit making up for it, but not quite. And getting the Roar off. So now we see Lando. And now we're probably going to see Lando versus Lando Gaming. Yes, this is what Gen 7 is all about. We switch our Lando T into Lando T because that's the best check. Okay, Zank gets the rocks out of there. And tries to get Empoleon back in to get more rocks up. But at this point, it's burned, it's low health. I'm just going to let it die. I'm going to get my Weavile in. Comes in for a big knockoff. 2-hit KOs the Rotom Wash, right? And he says, I'm just going to knock off this Gardevoir, man. This Gardevoir is dangerous to my team. I will take that damage. That looks like banded damage to me, okay? Honestly, I haven't run the calcs. Sorry. I did the stats earlier. I didn't run the calcs on this one. Looks like banded damage. Now we see Continental Crush, crushing a Vikavolt. Says, I'm not letting you get any webs up here today. So Zank looks like he's on the back foot. He's 3-5 right now, just evened it up 3-4 now. And it seems like it's probably a Hidden Power Ice Lando T so that he can try to chip the opponent's Lando T. got the Yachi Berry, but that is not going to do it versus the Weavile. So now we get the Charizard out, and in the face of a Lando T, he pulls out the Hidden Power Iceman back against the wall. Team about to lose the week. Hidden Power Ice as Daddy switches out into the Ferrothorn, expecting a double switch. He didn't expect the Hidden Power Ice. And then we find out after the game. So Zank evens it up 2-2. After the game, Daddy ends up saying he brought the wrong team, and he brought the wrong team. The drama couldn't get any more intense this week, okay? But 2-2 for the two teams. The only game that was left was Little Cup, I believe, and then Team Liquidation ended up taking that Little Cup game, if I remember the order of games correctly. But what we will find is Team Liquidation did end up taking that week. So the teams that are now 1-0, Fluttermane Pirates, Team Liquidation, and Emo Flamingos. Fluttermane Pirates beat the Chicago Outlaws. Team Liquidation beat Coney Island Pelipers, and Emo Flamingos beat Lavender Town Gangars. All of the teams that were above others in my power rankings beat the teams that they were above. So Emo was above LTG, Liquidation was 1 above Pony Island Pelipper, and I think Fluttermane Pirates was like 1 or 2 above Chicago Outlaws. So far, I'm looking like a dang genius. And the other thing I'd like to point out is a lot of the teams and the draft analyses that I did, what I said about the teams, a lot of it was true. So a lot of what I said about like this Little Cup team looks a little bit whack, this Little Cup team has 2 win cons, and if those 2 win cons don't work, then the team just falls apart and loses. All of those came to fruition. So I'm feeling like a real smarty pants right now. And let me tell you, if you think week 2 is going to be any less intense than this, honestly, I don't know how we can redo the storyline, like outdo it, but there's already fighting words for week 2, man. There's already fighting words for week 2. Crazy. This is, dude, something I like about the Lavender Town Gangars, man. They're bringing the drama. I love it, and I'm here for it. I will see you in 1 week's time.